Oh, hello everyone. This is me, Dusty Circuit here, and this thought do another one of my in-game, I guess, vlogs on Midgard. I guess for lack of another term to call them, or just kind of go over things I'm up to, though. Well, for one thing, we are in the I guess I can't say we're in the latest version of Minecraft anymore, but for like I don't know, maybe about a few days, maybe a week at most. Midgard was in the latest version of Minecraft, like as soon as it updated, as we're now on version 1.21.8, and with that, actually has brought quite a few changes to the server. And those changes are not just from the update itself, but there are two changes to Midgard specifically that are actually are kind of a big deal to quite a few players, and maybe even me as well. And those are the vanilla nether portals are now allowed. Like you can build a portal out of obsidian and light it with flint and steel and go to the nether, just like you can in vanilla Minecraft. And of course, that doesn't mean the existing portal system will go away. It just means players now have that option. You can now build. Well, if you want to build a vanilla nether portal network now on Midgard, now you can. Or like even build those farms that use portals and other things. Oh, and some on the other, I was gonna mention something, but I want to mention this other thing first. So, that first change, I guess rule change, is nether portals are now allowed. Second rule change is TNT duping is now allowed, but only for farms. Unfortunately, no, we can't. Unfortunately, the Valkyries decided they can't not trust us players with the ability to with using it for mining, which is unfortunate. But we at least now can use the TNT duping exploit that's been in the game for I don't know how many updates it's been at this point, because Mojang doesn't. Mojang acknowledges that the Minecraft community is widely using it, and they aren't gonna remove it until there's until like I don't know what Mojang is planning to add in place of the TNT duping exploit, but I'm hoping maybe someday we'll get renewable sand and movable tile entities. But I mean, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I thought the same thing about auto crafting, and guess what happened? It's now in the game now, so who knows? Maybe in the future, those two things will happen, but I guess only time will tell. And there's another thing that I actually suggested in ideas was a proposal to allow players to use chunk loading, which to my surprise actually did get approved. Like the Valkyries did approve it, but it's still in they're still thinking about and talking about how the use of chunk loading is going to be governed on the server. We can't use it yet, but we will be able to, I'm guessing, sometime soon. And I guess depending on how strict the Valkyries are going to be about how of what capacity it'll be able to be used will determine what I will be doing with it. But and another thing that just happened yesterday is Rin Elf has decided to close their shop, which is the block, which is unfortunate, as I've actually come to enjoy spending my diamonds there to actually get resources for my projects, but well, I guess good things have to come to an end, and then also I think but I can't exactly blame them with that decision because they're I think Rin's also like really active on birthday team, and they're also they also recently started working on a mega build project, which they've been planning for many years, and I can't blame them if maintaining their shop, playing, spending time on birthday team, and working on that project was too much for them. So I guess they had to. I guess they had to put their shop on hold. Well, I don't even know if it's gonna come back, but anyway. Well, for other news, the server has just recently been redecorated for Halloween, which but this year in particular, it seems like the Valkyries really have gone above and beyond with this, like at least to lengths I never expected. Like the boat is now all the pale wood, and this is Spawn. And yeah. But what surprised me the most actually was the mall. And I guess you'll see what I'm talking about. Like the entire floor is different. Like and like all like the whole center portal thing is different. Like they changed a lot of stuff. It's just I found kind of surprising, but the it's I guess the mall team and the event team have really been kind of stepping up their game as of recently. And also as of recently, I've really been getting a lot of business in my shop. Well, looks like I don't have any diamonds right now, but about a week ago, it's maybe about a week or two ago, there's been I've had a lot of people buying stuff. Like it's for I think for a week, like it's like every day there'd be new I would find diamonds here, and I'd be working to restock my shop. Oh, and I asked Mall Team if I could expand my shop. Well, so when I first built this shop, of course, because I'm using redstone both for that door and also for like all these basically these indicator lights that turn on when items are in these chests. I've had to submit this through Farm Team, but initially it looks so. I guess Small Team was just a little. I guess Small Team was not so sure about the implications of a lot of players having redstone in their shops. And because they not only have to keep what the server can handle into account, but since this is an area that a lot of players spend time in, they have to also consider, like, if players who have potato computers, like, would they lag out here or not? And so initially my shop was limited to just this first level. Like, I was not allowed to have any more chests than this first level because of my decision to have these redstone lamp indicators. And also, I've made a change to the redstone back here, which allows these lamp indicators to turn on if like before, they would turn on if any amount of items is in the chest, but now, like they turn off if the redstone in the back is below a level of 2 or signal strength of 2, which means in the case that all these chests are empty of stock but have diamonds in them, this indicator still shows the chest is empty. And that allows me as a shop owner to... I no longer have to have a separate payment chest so that these redstone lamp indicators work as intended. And it also makes it easier on the customers, so they don't have to, it's a lot more straightforward to use my shop. They don't have to remember to put their diamonds in a specific chest. They can just put them in any of these chests. Which is a win-win for both, which is a win-win for me. and also my customers. But one day I just think I asked the mall team if I could expand my shop because I want to be able to eventually sell more items in the future. And like my old shop had more lamps than this shop has, and they were like, okay, you can expand your shop, but you can't have it bigger than your old shop was. And so I was able to add this level here, which is currently not in use yet, but I plan to fairly soon start selling more items here. I'm thinking this level I'm gonna sell like a lot of building blocks and other items that my farms produce. Whereas like this is enchanted books and elytra and beacons, and over here is like redstone items. And this chest is for my Dusty Circuit Solutions, which is my service of where I can build redstone or farms for other players, but I haven't really had any customers, unfortunately. My only order I got was from Jargon to help me for me to build them a spider farm, but even that's not like, I guess they got busy and forgot about that. But because I haven't heard from them in a while. And I guess I can show oh, I did make a in the Nether a Nether Star farm, which I actually had to locate another like place in the bedrock ceiling where I could trap withers, or a wither boss. Of course, this tunnel is not finished. And then here's the farm here. And basically just AFK in this minecart, move back and forth, and either use an auto clicker or hold down your right click, so you automatically place soul soil and the wither head, so the wither will spawn, and then the wither suffocates in the bedrock, and then when it dies, then another star goes in here. And then you also fill the farm up with the soul sand, and I think the like the wither skulls go in those dispensers up there. So that farm, because the player isn't killing the withers, will not drop heads, but it will allow me to AFK farm nether stars to make my beacons that I sell in my shop. And if I ever want to farm witherheads, I stood the other spot that I used to kill withers in is still up in here somewhere. Yeah, it's still in there if I can get in there without dying. Yeah, I placed this obsidian platform and that crying obsidian just to tell me what position I have to place the soul soil to spawn the wither in the right place. And if I ever want to farm heads, I can use this spot or the or the area in the an end spawn. Oh, and that bridge is still there. I guess I'll have to remove that sometime. And with this update, my gold farm no longer is an XP farm, unfortunately. But as I think I've said a few times, I still have this farm, my wither skeleton farm, which I believe is my fastest, it actually is my fastest XP farm. So it's not it's not the end of the world that that my gold farm no longer is an XP farm. But I actually saw a video by like Ray's Works that actually shows you how to get that functionality back, which is an option if I want to go that route. Not a whole lot has changed in my base. Though, there's one thing here that's a bit new. I think I want to skip the night first. Hey. Oh, so it's this thing over here, which... let me first give some context. So... it was just in a call, a Discord call one day. Basically something happened where Evan, I think, was visiting I don't know if it was Telly's base or it was one of their other builds, or like Evan was visiting Telly basically, and it's just he may have built a water cooler, which is basically what that thing is, or what it's supposed to look like. And Tully didn't like it, and he removed it. And then Evan kept building more water coolers, and then Tully kept removing those, and it became a whole big like joke kind of thing going on. And then I wasn't even meaning this seriously, but I said to Evan, like, that I wanted them to build me a water cooler at my base, but also include a desalinator. Oh, because my base being underwater, it's basically, you can, I guess my thought is so I could have a nearly infinite supply of water if I had a desalination machine. And I literally just said that. I literally just meant this as a throwaway joke. But then Evan literally said, yes, I will build that. And they proceeded to actually build it. And this is where they put the desalinator. And I'd say it fits into the area pretty well. And yeah. And then like that turned out so good that I even sometime I might ask Evan to build me more of them. But the thing is he's busy, and it kind of, getting him to build another one might be like I might have to really pester them about it, or I don't know, keep reminding them so they don't forget. There is one more thing I guess I could show in my base, but it's far from being an actually finished project. Yeah, I still don't know what to do with this area. I guess, I don't know, I might remove that Christmas tree, but it's gonna be Christmas again pretty soon. And by the way, I'm flying there because I don't have a finished tunnel to it yet. And it's this over here, which is a guardian farm. And if you're thinking, well, don't you already have a guardian farm? Well, that is true. But this guardian farm is nostalgic to me. as it is. I think it was the first. I think this is a Guardian farm that I built on the old Little Kids server, and I think it's one of the first Guardian farms I ever built in survival Minecraft. Whereas we have no entrance to this, so we have to literally swim through the farm. But, so, just like with that other base that I had blue paste in, I built this in creative to the same dimensions as I had the screenshots that I still have of it. And I don't think currently it's actually functional. But maybe sometime I might make it functional. It says how this farm works is there's just all the guardians would fall out of the water and fall to their death. And then all these minecarts, where there'd be these hopper minecarts running back and forth, which pick up the items, and then they drop off the items where they get shot into this water stream. And then they go off to the where the storage room was. Which there currently is no storage room built yet, but I'd have to... I don't know if the original storage room... I don't know if the farm team would approve me to build the original storage room to this farm, so I may have to come up with something a little different. But I mainly just wanted to have this here just kind of for nostalgic purposes, as it is, like, if you're a long-time Minecraft player, it is always a pleasure to have, like, a nostalgic build of some kind that harkens back to a different time period. Like in your world somewhere. Who knows, maybe I might even bring back the old amplified jungle base somewhere, but I'll have to find a place to put it. That might even be a cool idea for new projects, just bring back old bases of mine and kind of improve upon them. You know, kind of like finish them. I can add things to them that I could only dream about back in the old server. Maybe even build like a rail, like a transportation network between them might be cool. Well, I don't really have that many... Well, since the last time I toured Midgard, I don't think I really have any other projects to show off. Well, that's mostly because I've been spending a lot of time actually building in creative mode, because... So my end-based project, I think I've brought up a few times on my channel. I have not forgotten about that. Well, to give some context, on the old server, I have built, I believe with my old, with Modcore and Ninjago, my old base mates, I've built, a base in the end dimension on the old Little Kids server. which, thanks to Blue, or I think it's actually on the top. Yeah, it's on the top level. Which, thanks to Blue, I actually have right here on Midgard. And so this base, initially me and Mod Killer started working on it, and the inspiration for this base was the base Space Valkyria 1, which was built on 2B2T, which back in the old server days we were not allowed to mention because the rules were very strict. Like, we couldn't, well, we were very intensely prohibited against even talking about other servers. And also, I would have likely lost my YouTube rank if I was caught talking about another server on my videos. So I had to censor that out of my videos as well. But now that we're on Skade, that's no longer a rule. So I can mention 2B2T. I just want to fix that if I can. There we go. Oh, what I was trying to do there is get outside the base so I can show you. I think, yeah, this is a better place to go to fly out. Here we go. So this build, I didn't opt to directly copy Space Valkyria 1, but this build was largely inspired by it, and I kind of copied the build, but at the same time made my own changes to it, just in order to make it unique. And so I think it took me and Mod Killer about I think it was like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to build it in creative, and then about maybe another couple weeks to build and actually build it in survival. Though, mind you, on that old server, we had perks such as fly, creative flight, and a shop system that used emeralds and villagers, where basically players can create a shop using a villager to sell any item. I think using emeralds is the currency, though there were also villager shops at spawn that sold a lot of different items. So and also I had a way to I had multiple ways to get to farm emeralds. So I was able to just farm emeralds and buy all the resources I needed to build this base. But here on Midgard, we don't have that perk. We actually have to do things, we actually have to do it the vanilla way. But I think because of that perk, I actually was able to build this base fairly quickly. And It might have even been only about a week to build this. And, so really the story with this was, I think me and Modular started the base, but then, well, this actually goes back quite a long ways. Like, me and Modkiller, kind of were the ones to actually do the project, and then, like, Nin was just kind of followed us along, kind of did their own thing. And, well, I think I would have actually used the space for quite a few months, and then I went to, I think I joined another base with another player, and then, which ended up kind of leaving the space just to Nin themselves. And so Nin kind of made this upper part of the base their home. I would want to say I think the next few months beyond that. And I believe this was Nin's base up until the day when all the now Skade members left the old server. And fortunately, I actually managed to get a schematic of the space before I got banned. So really, for the past like few years after that, when actually I was getting myself situated on Midgard, I still kind of had the space saved on my computer with the intention to someday have Blue pasted in, but I just always thought that the pasting in of bases that Blue was offering was only for bases from the old Big Kids server, but in a Fortnite call, Blue, or in a Fortnite session, Blue actually made it known to me that they also intend to transfer any even builds from the Little Kids server if we really wanted. And so that made me actually transfer the space here. And here it is. But I believe also Nin wanted the space transferred, which is, I think, the reason why I transferred the space here. But what I did is I actually made 2 copies of the space. One that I didn't change, which was the one that I gave to Nin, and this one that's for me. I actually made the change in creative mode to move those 2 sections further apart, as they contain an item sorter and an auto smelter, and I spaced them further apart as to allow them to comply with the farm team. And as I intended to restore functionality to those, as on the old server they had to be disabled because of the hopper rules there. But the farm team has allowed me to rebuild those. Well, the reason why I'm kind of showing the space again is my project to build my third, my second end base is actually not dead. I'm actually coming back to it. But I never said to myself that I was going to never do that build. It's just, what happened is that I was working on it, last year. I think actually around the same time last year, I was working on that base. But then my whole computer fiasco happened. Well, where my computer just stopped working. Well, it started to shut itself off and restart on its own. And then it got progressively worse until the point where I couldn't use my computer at all without it I'd turn the computer on and it would struggle to boot, and if it would manage to boot, it would only be in the desktop maybe for about a few minutes before it would just shut off again. And so well, what happened was I reinstalled Windows fresh because I figured all that restarting because of failing hardware has maybe just messed up that copy of Windows that I had, so I decided to reinstall it fresh. But I made the mistake of not copying the copy of the world that I was working on my end base in, and so I ended up losing a sizable amount of progress on that build, which has kind of put me off of working on it, because, well, if you're several months into a build and you lose like a few months of work on that build, that's kind of understandable why that would kind of put you off of working on it. But I intended to come back to it within maybe a couple months, but then my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play happened, and other stuff in my life happened, which distracted me from that project, which kind of led to me shelving it for quite a bit longer. But as of recently, I got motivated to come back to that build again, and I'll actually show you why. Well, this isn't my end base. This is actually the world download for Space Valkyrie 3. Yes, it is downloadable, even in its finished state. And I think maybe about a week ago, I actually found out that I came across Jack the Ripper's YouTube channel, where they pretty much so the story with Space Valkyrie 3 was originally built on 2B2T, but when it got griefed, as pretty much every major base on there eventually does, Jack the Ripper actually chose to continue on building this in single player. But not only that, they also live streamed them building it, and I think they've done like over 100, maybe even over 150 live streams of them building this, like each of them like at least an hour long. And after what's I'm guessing was maybe about a year or two of work, they've actually made the world download for the space available. Like you can actually, I think it's a link on their YouTube channel. I think I might even provide the link. It's in my video description if you want to download this and check it out for yourself. But this is the completed base right here. And this is just crazy, especially this entire outer part, which I believe the original base as it was on 2B2T was just this central section here. And I think this huge outer platform was just only started to be being built before the base got griefed. And then now look at it here. It's just crazy. I believe I originally started my end base like I think I found this other build that I think I'll link the video of, or I might even edit it into my own video. But I've searched high and low, and I could not find the world download if there ever was a world download to that one. Like I just couldn't find it. But finding the completed world download of Space Valkyrie 3, and also Jack the Ripper's content of them building it has motivated me to get back to work on this project. You know, because of especially now that I have access to, I have access to this. Like heck, I could, if I even really wanted to, I could copy parts of this build using Axiom if I really wanted to, but I'd rather not do that because I do want to be still mostly original, but kind of using this build as like inspiration for my own build. So I don't, maybe I might copy some parts of it, but most of the build is still going to be of my own creation, of my own work. And this is what I have built so far. I think I'll actually give myself some fly speed. Yeah, so this is my base. I think this might even be the first time I'm even showing this on YouTube, but when I started working on this, I used that other build as inspiration, but since I can't find the world download to that one, I actually am mostly now using Space Valkyrie 3 as my inspiration for this. And I'm kind of going with a bit of a different block palette, where I think Space Valkyrie 3 was used mostly white. This one is actually mostly black, though some areas use a lot of white as well. I think when I started this, this big ring here wasn't here. And I think I even made this section of the base a little shorter because I decided I wanted this section to be lower so that there'd be more vertical space to play with up here. Like as far as, because I think they're the original base. I think for the original base I was planning on building, this area was just flat. But I really liked when Nin terraformed the old base, and I really wanted it to have that look to it. So I ended up like, I think I made this quite a bit thicker. Like that's the bottom, and it's like that's like about that thick of dirt. Like just so you can have variation in the terrain, and maybe even like bodies of water as part of this as well. Not quite sure what I'm doing with this central tower. I'm guessing this would be, I guess, the main control center of the base, like as if it were like a space station. And I don't even know if half of this will even serve a functional purpose. It's just more to look cool than anything else. But my plan, my long-term plan for this base is when I eventually get to the point where I build the outer ring, which is going to be out here, that's going to be where I'm going to be building a lot of farms here. So the space can actually serve a functional purpose. Though, well, my reasoning for building them there, like all in this outer ring, is so that that complies with the farm team. And I don't know if I'll even put any redstone in the central area, maybe a little bit, but I plan on most of it being in the outer ring. And over the past week, I've been doing a lot of building here. Like, I would say the building that I made to this, since I copied it from the last like backup of it that I had before my computer went kaput, to about now, I would say I have about a week and a half of work into this. I don't know, maybe a week. And this is coming along pretty well. And I would say, even if I keep this rate up of building onto it, I think I might even be able to have the central part of it actually ready to build on Midgard by maybe even this month. If I or like was thinking it'd probably take me till next year to get this finished, but who knows, maybe it'll be ready to build, or at least the central area will be ready to build by this month. And I don't know about this month's fly day, but maybe later this month. And I don't know, maybe I can wait for November's fly day to actually build this. And that'll give me plenty of time to do resource gathering. Well, this is pretty much all I have to show of it. Well, down here I have, like, so this part of the base, I want it to kind of look like a science fiction like reactor core type of a thing. And I think my inspiration for it was actually the Draconic reactor from the Draconic Evolution mod. And I intend this to be like a control station for it, and I'm using this map art from Space Valkyria 3 just as a placeholder, but I actually did make my own map art that I plan to put there. And that's over here. And I believe I would have used Microsoft Paint to actually make this. And I just wanted to make this so that it would be more feasible to build it in survival. Like just using fewer colors. And I'm opting to do this as a two-dimensional map art just to simplify the building process. I don't really intend this to be super realistic or highly detailed. I just want this to... I just want it to look kind of somewhat like the level of detail of the other map art from Space Valkyria. I kind of like this. So I'm probably not gonna be building that until this whole part of the base is built. But I guess we'll get to that as soon as let's just go across that bridge when we get there. And this edition, I'm not sure quite yet if I want to keep or not, but I intended this to kind of be like radiator panels that are cooling the reactor. And my inspiration for these is those futuristic looking like film radiator panels from the think it's the Sterling Systems mod for Kerbal Space Program. And I think I'll even edit in a picture right about here so you know what I'm talking about. But they look great with shaders on. But without shaders they look kind of weird. But I don't know, maybe I'll keep them, maybe I might play with them a little bit to try to make them look different. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep them. Maybe we'll not. I guess we'll see. But they look awesome with shaders on, though. So I don't know. Maybe I'll keep them. Well, that's about all I have to show of this end-base project for right now. But I'm gonna keep building this, and maybe, and then eventually I really would love to see this actually built on Midgard. I would love to see the day this is on Midgard as opposed to on my creative world. I think this would be a really, this is going to be a pretty big project. And yet, especially if I want to build the outer ring of this, but I think this is going to look awesome when it's complete. And I can't wait to actually see it through. Oh, this video is really long at this point, so I guess I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. This has been me, Dusty Circuit here, with another vlog, kind of to show you what I've been up to and what I plan on doing on Midgard. If you liked what you saw, remember leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my next videos, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Peace out. Bye.